helped me out. Today, we are attempting to be in Jabbos city. He's got an amazing city world. Expect a full tour video coming very soon to the channel, where I actually toured the whole city. And yeah, it's unfortunately kicking me out. That is a problem with Minecraft. That's like nothing to do with me. Like, he didn't actually exit the game. As you can see, I'm actually back in now. You've just got to give it a few attempts to go ahead and fix itself, if that makes sense. Now, this map is an absolutely phenomenal map. This map is absolutely insane. Now, it's got some features that I really like about this map. Like, there's some features that are really cool about this map. Now, Jabbo isn't here at the moment, but he does so many cool things with this map. And what I mean by that is, I don't just mean by like the buildings that he builds. Like, don't get me wrong, he builds some pretty amazing buildings, but there's a lot of things in this city, like to do with height, to do with like road layouts, what are just absolutely phenomenal in this map. And he puts his time in, he puts his effort in. If he doesn't like something, he doesn't go, oh, I've practically built it now, forget it. You know, he'll take it back down, and then he'll redo it, and he gets everything even and perfect. And to be honest, like, I wish I could be as good as him when it came to that sort of stuff with city building, because, you know, I'm quite good at city building. I've got good ideas in my mind, but sometimes, like, it's easier to do something quicker, to get it done, than to take time with it and get it looking, you know, like it should do, and get it looking like absolutely brilliant. And that's sometimes where we, you know, where we actually go ahead and, you know, make our mistakes and things with the city. So as you can obviously see right now, there isn't much here because we're at the kind of like newer part of the city. So there's two parts to the city so far. There's like a bit like Los Ashley's, there's a river which takes you across from one part to another part, and we've literally just recently built to this side of the river. There's a massive bridge just up here, a really good like detailed bridge, which I don't want to completely fully show you just yet, but you can see there spawning in some buildings. You can kind of vaguely see the bridge there. So I'll go ahead and I'll just give you a quick fly round then. I'll show you now, there is obviously a full tour video coming very, very soon. But here you go. So here's the first bridge. Well, this is the one and the only bridge, but I think there will be some bridges, you know, more bridges coming in the future. This is kind of like a main river that's going to take you through the city, or probably like lead out to the sea eventually. And pretty much this bridge just looks phenomenal in my opinion. It just looks absolutely fantastic how he's like, just everything about the bridge is so like evenly worked out. It just looks so cool. It looks like a real bridge. It doesn't, it reminds me of a real bridge. It works like a real bridge. It looks like a real bridge. And the thing about it is like, even underneath, look, there's even like these here. I'll just have to put my night vision back on. But you don't just see the road underneath. Like, you've actually got all the, I guess you can call it like scaffolding, you know, like holding the bridge up, which looks amazing. You've got the paths that take you like through, so you can walk underneath the bridge, and then you do get a view of the underneath of the bridge as well, and then you can come back out the other side. And he's put a lot of effort into making this map. You can see like stuff over there which we are gonna obviously get into in a moment. But the bridge itself, like when he said he was building a bridge, I'm gonna admit, like, I did not expect this bridge to be like this. I was not thinking a bridge as good as this, and this is one of the best bridges that I've seen. Good bridges in Minecraft, but this by far is one of the best that I've seen in terms of like width and realism. um, to a real bridge, if that makes sense. So now we're in the kind of rural city area. You can, tall buildings. There's some nice ones, and I've helped out quite a bit in this city. I've done quite a bit of filling in. I've also built a building in here, and I've helped like filling in quite a bit of roads. I also did help with the making of the bridge as well. I was filling the road across. I also helped with some of these little tunnel bits here. And like I say, it's just an absolutely amazing city. Like there's no other way to describe it. So we've got the Marseille bus station. So this is a little like mini bus station. Well, it's quite big, but it's not like a big sort of like, I guess you can say like, some places have like bus stations built on with train stations, don't they? What have like 19 rows and stuff like that. But the point with this is just a little miniature one, but nevertheless that doesn't make it any less worse. It doesn't make it bad. It just looks amazing. So as you can see here, bus ticket machines. So we got some like little machines here where you could go ahead and obviously get a bus ticket. If you really wanted to, which looks, really nice that way. Then we've got a little cafe, so you can see here there's a little like cafe in the bus station if you just want to go and get something to eat, some like upper seating, some like nice little sort of like sofa chairs, stuff like that. We got a little like counter area as well, I think. Maybe the same at the other side, just for a little bit of detailing, but it looks very nice. Or this could even just be a waiting room, but I presume it's a cafe with the fact that it's got tables and chairs. But nonetheless, it looks really good. It's got 2 entrances, which again just helps to make it look even more amazing than it is. And as you can see here, there's more ticket machines at this side, which look really good. And then obviously this was where we came down from. And then you've got your bus rows. So you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as you can see, like here, there's a bus at this one. I did the double-decker bus. There's a double-decker bus, which is in this lane here. So it's actually in lane 4. I built the double-decker bus. I don't think it looks too bad. I've seen better bus designs, but to be fair, like they might get improved in the future. But like this city still is amazing. Like a bus design isn't obviously the end of the world, is it? When you compare to like the rest of the city, and this is just so good as this city. I love coming on here. Like that's the thing, like it's a good city, and that's why I like coming on it. I'm not being harsh to other people what like build cities or anything like that, but some people build cities and they always say like for example, like why don't you help and stuff like that. You never help, but we always help you. But the thing with me is I have to be in the frame, like I have to be in the frame of mind, like because people build different styles, if you get what I mean. And sometimes like the way people do things isn't always particularly like the way I would do something, and then it kind of annoys me because I don't think it looks that good. It puts me off, for example. Because some people just do like some like stupid ridiculous things, like the way they place things and the way like some cities are laid out, and it sometimes makes me think like I really like I want to help, but I just can't get into the frame of mind, and I can't think of anything to build, because if I build something it's just not going to fit the style of their city. And that's not that my building's going to be bad. I'm kind of more meaning that my building's kind of going to show up as like one of the better buildings in their city, and then it kind of doesn't fit right. Whereas in this city, everything just fits together so nicely, and it looks so nice, and I feel like I can just pick blocks up and get to work in this map. Which is quite good, but we'll carry on with the tour. Well, I'll give you a little tour. Taxi station is very nice as well. The one thing I don't particularly like about this taxi station is this hill here. I think this hill here, personally, in my opinion, is just a little bit steep, a bit more like a staircase to me. Whereas you look at something like this hill, this hill looks a little bit more sort of natural, whereas this one I think just looks a little bit too steep. I think if it had just been another 2 blocks or so, like these bits were just another 2 blocks, if you get what I mean. Like, just as an example, I'll obviously put it back, but just say if it was like that, and then that was like that, if you get what I mean. Like that's just in my, or obviously in my personal opinion, but I just feel that this is just a little bit too short, technically, a little bit steep in my opinion, but there again, he did only have, obviously a certain amount of space to work in, but it does just look a little bit short, a little bit steep, if you ask me. Like, in my opinion, I would have just made it a little bit so it was a bit more natural rather than so much of a steep climb. But it's still a good taxi place. This is buses only, apparently. Buses only. So apparently buses come down here, do they? Oh yeah, they do, and then they come in here, do they? Or do they not? Or the buses enter from here then? Yeah, buses enter and come down here. Oh, I get it. So I guess like the buses could come down here and then they could make a direct turn through here. And then they could pull up and then they could go back round again. And then they could go ahead and come out. I'm guessing that's the way it goes. That's quite a good idea. That is quite a good idea. To be honest though, I guess like I kind of see it now, but because the door's gonna be here, so I'm guessing like turning this way. Do you know what I mean? Would like, because obviously the arrow goes this way. Look, there's Jabbo. He must be back.
Yeah, hello.
Well, obviously he wouldn't be on his BRB if he teleported to me. But yeah, so I'm streaming, by the way.
Alright.
So yeah, I'll show you a little bit more. Like I said, there is a full tour video coming out soon, but I'll just give you a little like live show while we're here. So we've got a massive like King's Throne chair. Now it's actually got helpers on here, so people who have helped, and it actually goes in order. So people who have helped like the most is kind of like nearer the top, and then the people who have helped the least kind of like go nearer the bottom. So we've obviously got Jabbo, who's the king. He's the one who obviously owns the map. Then we've got me. So like I'm the Duke. So I'm guessing like I'm the person who's helped the most. I built a building, filled in some road. I've helped with the bridge. I also helped a bit with the bus station. And I think I also helped ages ago, like this is going back ages ago with the park, when he was first.
I think so, a little, yeah.
I think I filled some grass in, if I remember.
Yeah.
If I remember rightly. And I've also filled a bit of grass in the other side of the bridge, and I think that could be really all I've done, unless I did some of the sandstone to the side of the river, but I could be completely.
Possibly.
I could be possibly wrong. Then Pro Gaming, he's helped a lot, I know. Oh no, oh sorry, we've got Ant. I apologise about that. We've got Ant, who must be like the next most helper. I don't know what Ant's done. I'm not entirely sure.
He's done stuff like when you weren't here.
Yeah, like I weren't here then, but then we've got Pro Gaming. I know he helped with the taxi place. He helped with the bus station as well, and I think he also done some road filling in maybe. And then we've got Ryan, Jamie, and Ben. So Jamie's done like SBSCs and built a truck. As you know, that's what Jamie does. Ben online, not sure what Ben's done. Did he fill in road?
He helped a little with roads, and that's it.
And then Ryan, I'm not sure what Ryan did either, because I must not have been here.
He done stuff at the very start of the map.
Yeah,
great
like
start.
towards the beginning, I guess. And then we're just sort of introduced to these beautiful buildings, really, which do look quite nice when you think about it. We got a little footbridge here, which looks quite nice. Good little design to walk across. This here is the building that I did. Yeah, I actually did this building, guys. You can all give me a round of applause. I actually did do this well. To be honest, I did the front of it, and then Jabbo didn't come online for a while. And then when he did come back online, he finished the back off. I'd kind of got like the front done, and I think I'd possibly maybe started the sides. I don't know, but I know I definitely got the front done, and then Jabbo finished them off for me. And just like completed the building, but the design was really there. Like it was more or less in a way like a copy and paste on the back, but don't add a door type thing. The design was, the design was very much, I guess you can call it the same, which is
Yeah.
good. So that's quite good, and I just I think the thing I like about this map is the heights, because you've got some bits that are lower and then you've got some bits that are higher. That's kind of what I want to do. That's kind of what I want to do with Grovewood. I want to because when I get into like the town area, I guess you'd call it, like, where you get all the shops and stuff. I want to add like hills which kind of come from like the seaside area. So for example, like what I'm saying is I want the seaside to be lower down than like some of the other parts of Grovewood, if that makes sense. So like what I want to do is I want to start making some hills, like, like, which is kind of gonna sort of split the bit where we're at with Grovewood now, which is the airports and stuff and the docks and the beach, to kind of like the actual like the main town where you get like all the shops and the houses. So you can kind of see there. We got a construction site. I love this, and there's a reason why I love it. It's kind of cheesy, but it's got a like bulldozer thing / crane, like picking up an SBSC sign. Like I think that just when I first saw that, it kind of had me in stitches, because if I'd have done something like that in my world, like Jamie would have killed me. Like I tell you, like even if I'd have built a shut down SBSC, like that would have been. I tell you, we would have had a right rag at that. I just find it so funny that it's kind of like it's not just like it's not just having the construction site like where an SBSC used to be, but it's kind of like going further and like having like the crane like picking the sign up and it's like crushing the sign, which I think that's just kind of like I don't know. There's just something about it what makes me giggle about that it's crushing the sign. The sign is like I don't know. It's like it's proper rubbing it in. Like yeah, screw SBSC, but nah, SBSC is a good company really. We've got an old fogies home, which looks very nice. I like the old folks home. Stuff like that. Only thing I'd kind of suggest, but I don't think you can really do it on this building now, because I don't think it's I don't think that oh no, you can't. There's not an even like amount for me to do it, like because he's got a middle block in there. But what I usually do on some of my buildings is I usually get something like this and then put a rail around it, and it makes like an air vent. But you can't get the two on the roof because there's a one in the middle. So if I did like that, it's going to be off center to that. But then if I do it like 3 and then put the rail round, it doesn't look as good. Whereas if you have it with the 2, it forms more into a circle, which looks more like an air vent. But I think some air vents on here might have been quite good, because if it is like an old people's home, like / apartments, there would obviously be like kitchen areas and stuff. And I know like places like old folks' homes do have air vents and stuff. We've got the housing area. This is where I started helping. This is where I filled in some grass at the park. And yes, I remember doing this. Actually, I remember filling in the sand and stuff like that. I remember Jabbo building the park, actually. Like, I know he already had the fountain done when I joined, but yeah, I remember him. I remember, like, filling in grass and stuff like that, which was quite good. But yeah, we got another house here. Oh wait, please, is this a house under construction?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, that actually looks quite good. Is that like a skip?
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually looks pretty sick, actually. But you know, yeah, I actually like that. If I'm completely honest, like, you could obviously, like, I'm sure Jamie at some point would build like something outside of here, like a vehicle or something, probably. Like a works van or something, or like a dumper truck type thing. That looks pretty sick, actually. This is recent. I don't think this was here last time I was in. Today, yeah, today. And then again, you're greeted with another hill, which is what I like. And then you're back up really into the city area. There's some really good things with the roads, though. Like, if you look at this road, it's not exactly a straight road till it gets to here. Like, and it's not just a curve either. It's kind of like, it's on a little bit of a angle. It's a little bit of a diagonal road, which is quite good, which is what I like as well. But this whole junction is kind of on a curve. Like, if you were to take this road away and take that and just keep that, this actually is a curve, if you think about it. But because he's put like the junction in here and the road coming down here, it doesn't exactly look like a curve itself. It just looks like three roads that are going diagonal. But if you actually take that road out and just put these two together, it actually forms a curve. And I remember when it was just a curve as well, like before there was even a road going down there. So I see it as a curve, construction site and that again. And I think that is technically about it. That is like where we are at the moment with the map. Like I say, full tour video will be coming out, but unfortunately you're seeing more on the stream than you're seeing in the tour video, because I filmed it a couple of days ago. The bridge was under construction, so you're kind of seeing a glimpse of a little bit further into the map. But you know how it goes, you know how it flows. So anyway, guys, it's looking promising for our clubbing year event tomorrow. It's looking a little bit more promising that we could be going. Now, there's still a chance that we might not be going, so don't get your full hopes up. But there is a good chance, and when I say good chance, I do mean a good chance that we could be going. That it could be something that we're finally that we're going to attend. Now, you guys know me. Like, I don't particularly always go to these do's just to neck a load of alcohol and get drunk. I go because I like the artists and listening to the music, well, the DJs, and I obviously like having a little dance. That's my style. And what I was gonna say is I'm gonna get my train fare, hopefully, an entrance fee, paid for me, like given to me, and just a little bit of cash for drinks, so I can have some drinks at home, which will be alright, but I'll be able to just get a few drinks there, which will be alright. But really, the only thing what's really what's really stopping this from happening, as of right now, is the weather. Now, the weather for me right now is sunny. It's windy. There's still snow on the ground, but it's sunny. The snow is starting to clear slightly, but it's still very windy, and this is Driffield we're talking about. We're not talking about Hull. So Hull could be a different picture. Hull could still be like very bad for traffic, and that could stop. Just because the train line is alright in Drift doesn't mean that the train line's going to be alright by the time it gets into Hull. So what I'm basically meaning by that is that if the train fares aren't running, then I obviously can't go. But if the weather's good and the train fares are running, like the train lines, should I say, are going, then we should be able to go to it. We should be going to it, depending on, you know, like I say, the weather, and obviously if the trains are going. Which, personally, I think the trains could be coming, could be running, personally, like from Drift to Hull. Like, I know they'd focus more on getting like the main and bigger lines going, but it's quite sunny for me right now today, and to be honest, like, it's you know, like the snow is sort of slightly clearing. Like, it is a bit windy, like, well, it's very windy actually, but I think it could be, I think we could be alright if we have a clear day like we're having right now today. I think there's a pretty good chance that we could be going. So I am going to make a video about this later today, an actual, like, you know, with the poster showing you the artists and all of that. As I will be, like, obviously taking videos and stuff while I'm there. As you guys know, like, that's what I like to do. And then obviously, you know, to remind you guys that it still is happening. Because obviously since I made the first announcement video saying about this event, that was obviously, how long would it be now? 2-3 weeks? It'd be a good long time anyway, because it seems like ages since I made that video. And then we'll get it announced, and then I can film it for you guys. And we can obviously hook it up, and we can get it going. We can get it going. So I'm filling in grass right now, on Jabbos World, where I was filling in before I started streaming. So that should be quite good. And we're nearly back to Sunday, guys. We're nearly back to the Derek and Noreen show. I hope you're excited for that. I've got a good plan for it. It's quite funny so far, I think, is the Derek and Noreen show. But, crap. I need to get rid of that. I was thinking it was night vision, and I clicked the one next to it by mistake.
Wait, night vision?
Yeah, like, it's really dark for my... It's really dark for my screen underneath. Like, I don't know, like...
Camera?
Wait. Settings, graphics. I have done, well...
Camera down?
No, it wasn't actually. But I didn't want it looking too, like... I don't know how to explain. That's not too... Let me turn night vision off. Yeah, it's still like, when you're under here... It's really dark for me. I think it's my TV, like, more than...
Yeah.
Let me see if I can, like, alter the brightness. I am usually, like... Oh, yeah, I've altered the brightness a bit. Oh. Holy moly. Oh, yeah, that's actually quite a bit better. But now I just want to turn gamma down a bit on Minecraft, because it looks really cartoony.
I wonder what mine will look like if I turn gamma down.
It was more like when I was underneath the bridge, it was looking...
Hold on, can I set it to night to see what it looks like now? Ooh, that's... Oh wow, that's a lot better.
What, with the gamma down?
Yeah, with the lights and stuff. How low can my gamma go? Whoa.
What?
with the gamma down like really low, it looks so cool.
I'ma turn mine right down.
Oh my god, going in the main city. I think it looks class. Mine is at 9%.
Mine's at 0%.
Oh my god, that's epic.
Let me put mine to...
It's all very dark. It's really, it's light. I know it's lit up, but it's dark.
like real nighttime.
Yeah. And now if I go back to what I used to have, it won't look like night anymore. Now it looks weird now. I'm gonna go back to this 100%.
Lol.